So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. iPhone 8 Plus, you're gonna love this. Okay, so this is the iPhone 8 Plus, Apple A11, 3 gigabytes of RAM, 2017 iPhone, and this is the XS Max. Now, I did get the 11 Pro Max, that'll be on the channel soon, but for this example, we'll just use the XS Max. Now, we're gonna go ahead and begin with a boot up test, and these are both on iOS 13.1 in 3, 2, 1. And what you're gonna notice is throughout this video, pay attention to how well this iPhone 8 Plus is still performing on the latest software. Now, why is this drastically important? Because Apple is going to release in 2020 more than likely a 5G iPhone, and the iPhone 8 Plus boots up first over the XS Max on 13.1. It should be released around September 30th. It beats the XS Max. This phone is older and it beats this one on the boot up. Now that's pretty impressive to say the least, because if you're this person who is saying, I'm gonna hold on, I'm not getting the 11 Pro Max, the 8 Plus has got your back. So quickly confirming the software here, you can see 13.1, 17A 5837A, that's I think beta 3 on 13.1. So over here for iPhone XS Max, you can see 13.1, 17A 5837A, the same iOS 13.1 beta 3. Okay, so we have both phones here with all the applications closed out on both. Now, pay attention here. Apple A11, A12. Now, the 11 Pro Max also is going to have a 20% improvement, with the A13 being even faster than the iPhone XS Max. But you're going to see right here that the optimization of iOS is getting so good, and it has been for a while, that you're not really going to notice these improvements. Let's go to calendar, and you can see pretty much the same performance. Let's go into clock, and you can see pretty much an incremental performance there. There's really no difference. Let's go into calculator. You can see basically the same. Now, you're gonna love this with your 8 Plus because it allows you to keep your 8 Plus longer and hold off for the 5G iPhone if you decide to do so. Let's go into App Store. But I'm not just trying to discourage you from buying the 11 Pro Max. If you wanna go ahead and upgrade, it's your choice. I'm just trying to show you. So let's go ahead and head into Twitter. And you can see that they're gonna load pretty close. I mean, third-party app right there, not a big difference. Let's go into Instagram. And you can see again, the XS Max a little bit faster there, but that's not enough to like go ahead and pay, more to get this phone. What will change though is if you want to get the gestures, you want to get the all screen, but the notch is something you might not prefer. And if you want to see that go down, you might want to again, wait a little bit and keep your 8 Plus. Let's go into Amazon. And if you guys want to see this test as well, when the iPhone 11 Pro Max arrives with the iPhone 8 Plus, let me know down below in the comments. I'll show you that it's not going to change the performance that much either. Let's go into Geekbench. Now, if I did do a Geekbench test, of course, the XS Max is going to crush the 8 Plus, but this should be showing you so far that getting, a newer iPhone is something you might want to hold off on if you have an 8 Plus, if you're considering getting one because you think it's going to be significantly more amazing in everything that you're doing on the phone. Let's go into the next game and see how long these take. Now, you do see improvement in games in terms of speed, just a little bit on the newer phones, but this is super impressive and I love this, and I think you might as well with the 8 Plus, seeing it hold on pretty strong. And if you're wondering, well, how's the battery been for you so far? I got to tell you that it's holding on just fine. So I don't want to do a full speed test where we test a bunch of apps. You've seen right there that almost everything was almost the same time as the XS Max. Now, this is not a scientific test, but you've seen that in real world use, even the A11 is still a monster. Okay, so let's run through these applications and show you how quick this phone can actually open it, even with its little measly 3 gigabytes of RAM, you might think. And you could see, wow, that is just incredible right there for a 2017 phone. You could see XS Max a little bit nicer, maybe with the gestures, just flawless performance. This is just really pleasing on both phones. Very happy there. That was a quick run through, just, going through the RAM management. And you might say, well, that's not enough apps to really test anything, bro. Well, let me tell you something, bro. If I had more applications, you would see basically the same thing. And if you haven't watched the videos before, you would have seen in the full speed test that even when I have more, they don't really choke up. Another thing you're gonna love about iPhone 8 Plus here on iOS 13 is Touch ID just feels a bit faster than it did before. I think it's because the animation speed just got quicker. I mean, it was always fast for 8 Plus, but it just feels better now. And that's good because while this is a technology we're going to see in future iPhones, probably under the display, you know, they come out with an iPad 10.2. It still has the same basic design as the 8 Plus. So you don't have to feel like you're too outdated here because at least the software is very good. And seeing it get a little bit speedier, even though it's a couple years old now, this phone, thumbs up there for 8 Plus. So last thing I want to take a look at in terms of how fast iOS 13 is here for 8 Plus is the camera speed. And you could see right there. Now we did test the 8 Plus a little bit earlier in the beta. I just talked about iOS 13 in general, but it's gotten even quicker here in terms of this 13.1 beta 3 for the phone. Now let's go ahead and take a photo and you can see looks almost identical to the XS Max. Bursting, pretty much similar. So I'm sure the XS Max is maybe slightly faster, but it's really hard to see. So you're going to get incredible camera speed as well here for 13 on the 8 Plus, even though it's a 2017 smartphone. All right, guys, so I have two movies here in iMovie. Now they're the same ones I airdropped from the XS Max over to the 8 Plus. This is 4K 30. And you're going to see how well the iPhone 8 Plus does. And you'll love this because it will prove to you that you're only missing out on design if you care, and maybe a little bit better battery life, a little bit better display if you like OLED. If you like LCD, you're not really missing out much there. Let's go into save video and let's go into 4K. 3, 2, 1. And I will fast forward to the end and you're going to see how fast each phone does. And you can see the iPhone 8 Plus, I don't know how this was even possible, but it was slightly faster. And these phones both have, actually, this phone has more storage. This is a 256 gig model. This is a 64 gig model. So you would think the bigger storage size is a little bit faster. But in this case, you've seen that it was almost identical, but the A11 is really pretty close to the A12. And you've seen right there, pretty much the same export time. That is pretty impressive considering that, you know, you could say the iPhone 8 Plus is getting a little bit older. It's mostly in design, not under the hood. And that's it. Don't you love it? Don't you love what you just seen if you're an iPhone 8 Plus user? If you're not, probably not that important to you whatsoever, but if you just care to see how well Apple keeps these phones running, I think ever since they were caught with the battery issues a couple years ago, they realized they shouldn't be doing this. Also, iOS 11 was kind of a joke in terms of performance. It got a lot better with 12, and you can see 13 is showing some great updates here in terms of the features. You're going to get the dark mode and a bunch of other things coming to this phone. We'll review it fully when it does come next week to your iPhone 8 Plus. So let me know, do you love this about the 8 Plus? Are you going to keep this phone? Have you already decided? I'm going to hold off till I see some more comparisons with the 11 Pro Max. Let us know what you want to see on that. And if you want to see this compared to the even newer phone when it gets here, let me know down below. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Nick Carroll helping you to master your technology. I will catch you all in the next episode. Be sure to be well and peace.